An all-inclusive sisterhood that's happening. Women are supporting, loving, protecting each other outwardly on a grand scale. And this genuine connection amongst women that you're witnessing is one of the things right now that is right in the world. It's a beautiful thing. It makes my heart smile, and that is powerful. You cannot feel and understand real power unless you feel and understand what it means to empower. Civility, respect, the ability to make a difference in someone's life by supporting or lifting them up are qualities that I don't take lightly. I don't take them lightly because I wouldn't be standing here today if I didn't have a lifetime of family and friends and colleagues who have and they continue to do the same for me.
Hey Rych Babes, it's your girl Dyor, and today on a Monday we're going to have some type of motivation and inspiration, given that the last video I posted was a bit not the mirror, okay? It wasn't so delightful and it was very dreadful, honestly, with the toothless bandit, okay? So with that being said, I wanted to just compile a lot of inspiration and a lot of videos that just give great advice for the week. And I just want us to lift our spirits and to know that you can do this. You can succeed. You can get up from any situation that you're currently in. You can elevate from the situation that you're currently in. It doesn't matter if your life is going well right now. You can always elevate to a higher level. You can always get yourself out of the gutter and get to where you need to go. God has protection over you, whether you're religious or not. There is a divine force that is out there, you know, and that is still protecting you, whatever you believe in. Everybody has their different beliefs. But with that being said, Rych Babes, I love you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. And again, let's start off this week great. Do what you gotta do, babe. Keep your head up. Don't let nobody tell you that you cannot, because you can. Don't even tell yourself that you can't. You can, you will, and you must. I got that from Eric Thomas. Like, he's really good. I like him. Anyway, all right, Rych Babes, I will talk to you on another video. And until then, stay rich.
You be fearless every day, and when you don't feel like it, just pretend, girl. That's it. Really and truly, don't let them see you sweat.
For every negative thought and thing that you say to yourself, you need 7 positive things to like negate that.
Wow.
Psychologically in your mind.
Okay.
Because we will always focus on the negative. You know, regret comes from the things we didn't do. Regret will always come from the things we didn't do versus the things that we did. You know, and so our minds, they need work. And so when you think about that, when I learned that, I remember being like, wow. So if I stand in the mirror and I'm looking at myself and I don't feel my most confident or my most beautiful or my most secure, that one thought, I got to turn to myself and say, you are killing it. You are a bad 7 times. You are an amazing mother. Yeah. You worked out this morning. You are awesome. You know, I have 7 of those just for one. So I just say that to say that I think everybody should remember that every time that they find it very difficult to pull themselves out of that place that is so hard that we can do to ourselves.
Let me show you a secret, something that no one has ever taught you. Wake up early in the morning, before your feet even hits the ground. You should be barefooted and don't talk to anyone. Then you begin to prophesy over yourself. Begin to speak the words of God over your destiny. I'll give you an example. Use your name. I, Kimona, will prosper. The works of my hands are blessed. Everything I touch is blessed. My life is blessed. My business is blessed and will always prosper. Opportunities will always find me, always locate me. I am protected by God. I will always walk in good health. My destiny helpers are locating me and they will help me. My life is a blessing. My children are a blessing. My marriage is a blessing. I will never know lack. I will always prosper. I will attract wealth all the days of my life. I am favored by God. My destiny is connected to great people in Jesus' name. Speak upon your destiny. Speak upon your life. Do this every day and you will come back with a testimony. Click the link in my bio to connect with me or like my page for more great content.
I get up every morning, I look in the mirror and I say, hello, darling. Look at you. You made it through another day, my dear. Yes, you did. And you look good, too. Yeah, you woke up like that.
I read something the other day. It said, the key to happiness is letting a situation be what it is instead of what you think it should be.
That's good.
And if you free yourself of the expectation of someone should have reacted the way I would have reacted, or they should have done it this way, if you free yourself of that expectation,
right,
you free yourself of anxiety, you free yourself of rejection, you free yourself of just having any type of weight that shouldn't really belong to you in the first place, because you understand that everyone receives information different. They emote information different, and that we all have different backgrounds and circumstances. So I may look at a math equation and you may look at that same equation and we get two different answers.
Right.
Because you have your own life experiences and mindset, and I have my own life experiences and mindset. And if I take the expectation of why did Amber see this way? Well, really, you should be asking, well, why didn't you see it Amber's way?
Right. Right.
Why do you have this expectation that everyone should be like you? And I had to free myself of that. And it's like, honestly, for me, it's daily homework, is to stop expecting people to react and respond to life the way I would.
do.
Not that you shouldn't have expectations. You should always have an expectation, but free yourself of how you get to the destination, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you know God has plans to prosper you and you know there's an expectation over your life, you're going to get there. You're just not going to get there the way you think you're going to get.
I was listening to a podcast, and in the podcast, she was saying how God does a silent undoing, and how a lot of times we like to give glory to the things or the miracles that we can see, because we think that those are the big breakthroughs or the big blessings. But the real blessings and the real miracles are in the things that you can't see. It's when the job called you and you don't even know what made them choose your application out of everybody else's application. Is when you know you didn't do that assignment when you were supposed to do it, yet the teacher sent you an email and said, I'm going to extend the deadline just for you. It's in those moments where it's just like, why me? Where it's just like, I can't even explain this breakthrough. I can't even explain this favor. It's in those moments where we see God's hand move the most. But we love the moments where we have evidence or tangible proof of, look what God did. But what God showed in this podcast, in this revelation, is that he does his best work in silence. He does his best work when there's no evidence. He does his best work when there's no proof. Jesus died and rose in 3 days. When? What time? In what way? All we know is he's no longer, the tomb is empty. That's all we know. God does his best work in silence. So I know that we hate silent seasons. I know we don't like the seasons where it feels like God isn't hearing us, God isn't doing anything. But this is your reminder today from the Christian Bae and from the Christian Bae podcast, that God does his best work in the silent undoings, in the silent seasons where you don't know when the breakthrough is gonna, in the midnight hour where you don't know when God is gonna do what God ends up doing. Also in those moments where you're all out of solutions. God is such a good God and so intentional that he will allow us to exalt all of our solutions and everything that we think we can come up with and do on our own. He'll allow us to do it just to see that it doesn't work, which will force us to have faith, force us to wait in a posture of expectancy, just so we can see how he silently does what he has promised to do all along. The silent undoings, the miracles that you can't explain, the blessings that come out of nowhere that you feel like you didn't even deserve, those are the most rewarding. The silent undoings. Go listen to the Christian Bae podcast, y'all. I just trick y'all into listening to the Christian Bae podcast.
When I tell you your life will literally change when you start focusing on yourself. And it's not even the fact of like, oh, focus on yourself, do what you have to do. But you have to take a literal step back and realize that you are the priority of God. The Lord's literal place in your life is to be your father, is to prioritize you, is to bless you, to teach you. And so when you look at him from a standpoint of, oh, like the Lord loves me, but not even that, because the Lord is really wanting to do all of these great things for my good. Why do I think anything that anybody else has going on pertains to me and my Father? I think it's so easy for the enemy to trick us with covetousness, right? Greediness and all of these other things, right? Everybody else is getting blessed, but not you. The more time you spend focusing on what everybody else is doing and what everybody else has, the less time you're going to be looking at your own plate and cultivating that relationship with Christ. And that is the ultimate trick of the enemy, to destroy your destiny and to kill your relationship with Christ.
I don't know who this is for, but baby, you need to pray bigger, you need to think bigger, you need to ask for more. Because the things that you're praying for are already things that God is going to give you without you even worrying about it. You're worrying about the things that are already in his divine timing. It's already gonna happen for you. So why are you thinking so small? And it's honestly offensive, okay? That you think that God will only do a little sprinkle, babe. You think he's only gonna do a little sprinkle in your life? No, everything is taken care of. So think bigger. What else do you want? Well, how do you want to live your life? What do you want to do? Who do you want to meet? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to become? What is the bigger picture? Okay, you went through all that for the first 20 years of your life. You went through hell and back. Okay, now you got the wisdom, the knowledge, and the courage to teach other people. What do you want to do with that? You're over here on Indeed and LinkedIn applying to work for somebody else. Think bigger, baby. You imagine a life where all of your necessities are taken care of, right? Now what do you think about? That's how you should be living life, because you should be moving in expectation, knowing that God would never allow you to live without. And if you do have to go without, it's only to teach you a lesson, and it's only for a small period of time. And he would never put you in a position or put you in a situation where you cannot overcome. He only gives you the things that you can handle. Sometimes we get scared and we start living and we don't believe that we can make it through a certain place in our life, or we don't believe that we can make it through certain pain in our life, but we can make it through everything. You have nothing to worry about. Not a damn thing. I promise you. I promise you. It's all gonna work out. I love you, baby. Bye.
Expect people to like you. Like, expect that people like you when you meet them, whether that's new friends, whether that's dates, whether that's whatever. Assume people like you, and then you can just show up as yourself.
I feel like our tendencies as human beings is to always like be on a negative default and kind of catch up to a neutral baseline. I think that's what you just said was so powerful, because we should start on a positive baseline. We should always go into like, I expect this interview to go well because it's me. Like, I expect the interviewer to like me. I expect to, go on this friendship date and us just vibe, like, and if it doesn't work out that way, then like, it's not supposed to work out that way. On to the next. Like, it's not that deep. I love that perspective of just going into things with a positive mindset rather than like what could go.
As a woman, you should not be entering any relationship with a man if you're broke and have low self-esteem. Fix your confidence and fix your income, because the moment you go into a relationship insecure, broke, you're going to end up in the wrong hands. And I'm saying a word. Hello. Because look, listen, when you're confident, you got your own little money that you're making and you're able to sustain yourself, you're at a certain level, so you're only going to attract a guy that is better. Because money likes money. Let's be real. Money likes money. So if you're broke and you can't even afford to do your own nails, you can't even afford to put yourself in an Uber, you shouldn't be thinking about, I need to get into a relationship so a man can help you. You need to be thinking about how you can better yourself first so you can attract the guy that's going to bring you up. But when you're on ground zero, you're only going to attract ground zero, which is the bums, the dusties. That's what you're going to attract. So you got to focus on, how can I become more confident? Is it me losing more weight? Is it me learning how to do my makeup? Do I need to do these? Once you're on that journey, I promise you're going to come back to my video. You're going to be like, oh my God, bestie, you're so right. Because now I got this rich man who's willing to buy me a car. I could afford a driver and I could afford an Uber, but now I got a man looking to buy me a car. Because you have to, first of all, be able to invest in yourself in order for someone to want to invest in you. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why would someone else want to invest in you? If you're not even willing to invest in your own self, that's how people think.
One of the things that I want to share with my ladies is that you want to always remain in your feminine energy. You can be in the conference room table and lead a meeting. You can also run an organization, but you can do it in your feminine energy. You don't have to be masculine. I see this a lot where women would walk up to a door, a man would try to open the door and they're like, oh no, I got it. And it's like, no, allow him to open the door for you, right? When you're in the presence of a man, allow a man to be a man. Although I'm in this position, I still stay soft. So again, ladies, in the world that's hard, always stay soft.
I am telling you, the best thing that you can do in this life is fall in love with who you are. Sit down and start asking God to reveal to you how he sees you. Get a journal and just really start thinking about what makes you unique. What are your gifts? What do you love about yourself? Like, just become obsessed with yourself. And when you do that, everything else fall into place. When you show up as your most authentic self, the people will come, the opportunities will come. Can't no one take anything from you because you've built everything from an authentic standpoint. Your foundation is authentic. It's true, and one person that I admire and I love them, like I love their content, I've been following them for years, is Aaliyah Face. And I was just watching, someone posted her on their story. She was just speaking on a panel, and she speaks about her personality, how the reason why her fan base or her support, I wouldn't say fan base, but the reason why her community is so strong is because of her personality. And if you hear singing, my sister's in the shower, don't mind that. But she talks about how she didn't do anything special. She just was showing up as herself. And the people love that. Yes, people have stuff to say, people judge her, whatever. But overall, the love outweighed the hate, period. And that's because from day one, Aaliyah has always shown up as herself. So that's why she gets the opportunities she gets. That's why her life is the way it is. And as a girly who wants to speak on panels as well, wants to continue to grow my community, continue my content creation journey, when I started to show up as myself, speaking about the things that I enjoy, the things that I care about, that is truly when I began to grow my following. That is when I began to receive certain opportunities. And just watching Aaliyah and other creators who are out here just thriving within their career, most importantly, thriving within their gifts, because she also talks about how that's a gift of hers to be, authentic, how she's very personable. That's a gift. But just seeing that just lit a fire within me to continue to show up, like just continue to be me. It just inspired me so much. And I hope that this video inspires you and it helps you realize that the quicker you fall in love with yourself, show up in your truth, and just be authentic, everything that is meant for you is going to fall in line. I promise you. Drop the fake identity. Do not worry about those who don't love you, those who hate you. Focus on those who support you. Show up for them, and then watch everything that you desire just fall into your lap.
You've got to start moving, okay? I know everybody always says, oh, everything happens in God's time. Just wait until it falls into your lap. No, that's not how the real world works. Yes, things do happen on God's time, but faith without works is nothing. So if you got these big dreams or these things that you want to get done or accomplish for yourself, you got to start moving, okay? Slow feet don't eat. I know it is not easy. I know you tired. I know you stressed. I know you got a lot on your plate. But whatever the case may be, we all gonna have those times, or we have all had those times. What's the difference between me and you? Like, let's be for real. Like, you not supposed to work. You supposed to get the easy way out? Absolutely not. I've had times where I felt like I couldn't get up. I didn't want to get up, where things were going wrong, relationship issues, all different things. But you cannot let that take over your destiny. You cannot let that take over like where you're supposed to go, your path, your journey. Like, you just can't do that, because it's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. And you just can't let the small things stop you from getting to where you're trying to go, y'all. I'm just here to motivate you. I'm really motivating myself. Like, when I talk here on TikTok, I'm motivating myself, because you really just have to push yourself. You can't wait on nobody else to push you. You can't wait on nobody to get you up. Like, a lot of times people say, oh, I need a workout buddy. You don't need a workout buddy just to work out. Okay? You don't need somebody holding your hand to get you where you're trying to go. Moral of the story, get to moving. Get to moving. Okay, because you don't want to look back and be like, dang, I wasted all this time. I could have been all the way here, but now I'm still sitting right here, the same spot I was when they last saw me. Okay, so get up. Slow feet don't eat.
Comparison really is the thief of joy.
I don't even think it's just the thief of joy. I think that it hinders your potential.
100%.
I feel that if you're, not always, but I think about this comparison. The sun and the moon shine on their own at their right time. And if the moon looked at the sun and was like, oh my God, the sun looks like this. Why is it so bright? Why am I in the dark? Like, the moon couldn't be the moon.
Okay, my loves, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you got some advice. I hope you wrote it down, took some notes. Okay, we are all here to grow and uplift and to just become better women. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Make sure that you check out Rych Milan code down in the description box below. And until next time, Rych Babes, stay rich. Love you.